Hello everybody, this is Ishtiaq Ahmed, the Telecom Guru. I'm here again with you. Lately I was just watching one of the video from CNN News, and the topic was about retail and especially the brick and mortar or physical stores, and they were predicting that it is going to be diminished, or it is going to be finished, or most of the stores will be closed in the future. So I thought I should talk about this topic because I have some working experience on it. So today I'm just going to discuss with you that is retail apocalypse inevitable? Is it really going to happen, or will brick and mortar stores will survive and flourish? And if they're going to survive, how they are going to survive, what they should do. So this is the topic which I'm going to discuss and share some knowledge with you, share my expertise and my opinion, that what I think about this topic. So as I mentioned that I have little bit experience. I have worked on it when I was with Etisalat. I was taking care from 1998 to 2008 the marketing side of the retail outlets. We used to have our flagship for product and marketing, handset bundling, SIM card supply, new applications, training and program performance management for the staff of retail. Then I was seconded to Nigeria when we got the license, and I headed the so many retail transformation project, and I brought new applications, and digitization also happened under my supervision, like new management, new queue management system, CRM, point of sale, next best action. And I'm very proud. I can just show you the certificate also, which I got for one of the biggest project happened in Etisalat UAE, which is Etisalat transformation related to retail. So I have an idea about this line of business. I have experience and expertise into it also from telecom perspective, so I can talk about it. I would share some idea and some my opinion about it. So what we are going to discuss, what is our agenda basically. So we are going to talk about some statistics. We should know that how retail market is doing, and what is the percentage of brick and mortar, which is stores, and online e-commerce. And then we will discuss about what are the reason why customer they choose between these two elements. And then we will talk about that how brick and mortar or physical stores will survive and flourish, what they should do, what changes they have to adopt if they want to survive basically. And then we will have some conclusion. I'm going to share some videos also with you. So I will just share very quickly this figure. The source is eMarketer. The figure is till 2019. You can have a look at it in detail on the video by pausing the video, but I'll just go through quickly. So the retail industry is a very big market. As for the 2019, it was the market of 25 trillion US dollar, both for e-commerce and for physical store, and it is going to be 30 trillion dollar industry in next 3.5 years or 4 years. So you can imagine it is a big market, and you can have a look at it. It is constant, so it is not going down. Little bit effect will be there because of COVID-19. So the next slide is, this slide is basically talking about the segregation of e-commerce. So e-commerce is started, in 2017. If you look 3 years ago, the contribution of the total retail sale was 10% from the e-commerce. But in 2019, it was 20%, and in next 3-4 years it will be 22%. So e-commerce is increasing. The contribution of e-commerce business is increasing. It is still not like brick and mortar, but it is increasing. This slide is talking about the regional contribution in terms of sales growth. So Asia Pacific is number 1, Latin America is number 2, and Middle East, where we are sitting right now, Dubai is one of the, UAE is one of the place where e-commerce and online shopping is very common. And then other countries, other sectors, other areas are there, so you can have a look at it. This is very interesting slide. It says that what are the top 10 countries where e-commerce business has improved a lot. Mexico is number 1 in 2019 for 5 months. India 32%. So India is progressing on e-commerce side, and then Philippines, China, and those countries, Malaysia, most of these countries are well populated country. So you can have a look at it in detail. And so this is, but in terms of business, this slide is talking about in terms of business, in terms of money. So China is number 1, US is number 2, UK is number 3. Even India, if you look at it, 32% increment in 2019 in 5 months, which is very high. So if we try to combine all these statistics, the retail industry is flourishing. Retail industry is not diminishing overall. It is stable and it will grow further. It is a $30 trillion industry in next 3 years. Brick and mortar is still going to rule. So the speculation, the hype, and everybody is talking about that world will change, COVID-19, post COVID-19, everybody will be on digital, nobody will go to shop, everyone will buy from online. Like, I think they have to think about it. 78% retail stores will still earn 78% from their total revenue. Yes, e-commerce will increase, online shopping will increase, but still it is not going to diminish, it is not going to finish. It is all retail stores will not be closed. So be positive, business is there, it is coming, and it will come more. E-commerce is also growing, as we mentioned. Top 3 regions we know: Asia Pacific, Latin America, and Middle East. Top 3 countries: China, USA, and UK. So why I wanted to share these statistics, I just wanted to give you the idea that brick and mortar store, physical store, shops will still rule if you look from the retail perspective. Now, so we discussed that. What are the factors which influence people to decide whether they should buy online or they should go and buy from the shop? So there are different factors. For people who like to go to shops, they usually go because of these reasons. They want to feel the product, they want to avoid the shipping charges, they want to have the real experience by touching the product, by seeing the demo, by seeing the product themselves. Then there are other reasons also, and it is like, it is a social factor is also there. People who like to buy online or who like to use the e-commerce facility because of the convenience, because of availability every time, because of best price. On online the prices are a little bit lower, then it is global. So if an item is not available at your place, you can have it online and you can use it. So this is also, the comparison between why people get influenced to go to shop and why people get influenced to buy from online. And you should do your strategy according to these reasons. So you can have a look at it in detail. So now we know a little bit that what is the status of retail industry, how it looks like and how it is shaping. And it is very promising, very positive. But this question is still there because everybody is saying, is it going to diminish the brick and mortar, the physical store? In my opinion, the answer is yes and answer is no also. You are confused. Why? It should be either yes or it should be either no. But the reality is this, that it is your choice. If you are from retail industry, you are owner, you are working, you are VP, you are CMO, it's your choice what you are going to do, what measures you are taking, what actions you are taking. So if you are taking the right direction, the retail, the brick and mortar, the physical store will survive. If you are going into wrong direction, if you are not ready to adopt the change, then yes, it will diminish. Very simple. So what is next? Where is digitization of the overall retail stores? This is what you have to do. Very small statement, but inside it is very big. You have to do the digitization. And digitization is not only having web or mobile application or doing online sale. No, digitization is 360-degree digitization, from customer experience, from new technology, from web, from social media, from digital marketing. All those areas has to be covered. You have to just prioritize it. That is the important thing. So you have to go one by one and you have to do the complete digital transformation of your retail business by setting the priorities. So this is something, in my opinion, retail business will survive if they are ready to adopt the change, and the change is digital transformation, digitization. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to share some use cases, real use cases, successful implementation which already happened in retail industry. So business have adopted it, and they have shifted to digitization. So it will give you an idea, and how you will implement in your business, it will also give you the idea. So this is something, so I'm going to share with you. And yeah, so we're going to talk about the business case or use cases which has been already implemented and been very successful, and I would like to share with you so you will have an idea and you can also use it in your business. So real implemented use cases of digitization and new technologies: auto check, checkout and contactless payments, and no queues, no counters, no cash, no card. Then usage of IoT, AI, 5G and other technologies. IoT is one of the biggest sector in terms of expected revenue. You can look at the figure here in the slide. Then facial recognition technology, which is also used on AI and machine to machine learning, language and machine to machine connection. Then robot assistants, the Walmart, they are already using 50 robots in their different stores. Then smart mirror technology, I love it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play few videos. I can't play all because of time constraints, and you will have an idea about it, and then we will discuss about the uh, outcome and the conclusion.
This is the hottest for the season.
Okay. No.
It's a little too busy.
Too purple.
Too short.
Too hot.
Yeah, that's new.
Okay. I think my mom wore this. This is great. Flip. Where do I sign? Just
So we have seen 3 videos. There are a lot of use cases, lot of application. If you want to talk about it, if you want to know about it, if you want to have idea about it, how to launch it, how to implement it, how to do the project management, I'm available. Get in touch with me. I have implemented few basically also, so I have idea about it. So we have seen that, so your retail, your brick and mortars, your physical store will be there, will survive if you are ready to adopt these changes, if you are ready to put these use cases. So what is the conclusion and takeaway? I have come up with few important points. I'm calling it my catalog or my retail recommended book for you, based on my experience, based on my expertise. So number 1, brick and mortar is still leading. It is not going to be taken over by e-commerce. So people who are just talking about it and just having this impression or being over exaggerated or whatever, that it is going to be finished, I'm not in agreement with them. And why? Because once I will go through one by one, you will come to know that, So I'm very optimistic. Digitization and shift to new technology is key for the survival. So if you are going to do that, if you are ready to accept that paradigm shift, you are going to survive. Digitization and shift to the new technology. Simple. Data and big data. You have to start using it. This is going to change the whole scenario and whole story for you. Brick and mortars and e-commerce are not rivals. A lot of people feel that the e-commerce is putting negative effect on brick and mortar business. No, it is not. So they are not rivals. Brick and mortar and e-commerce are not two different things also. It is same, really. And how? Just you will come to know. Brick and mortar and e-commerce, they complement each others. They are important for each other and benefit each others. You have to think from that perspective. Interconnect between brick and mortars and e-commerce and run your business instead of getting afraid of it, or instead of getting not using it, or instead of thinking that if you will adopt e-commerce strategy, shop will be closed. If you are running a shop, you don't have to go for e-commerce. No, interconnect. Come up with the hybrid business model. Omni-channel experience, very important. We can have a separate session on omni-channel, but I'm sure you know about it. Serve the customer on mobile. According to research, 80% customer who are visiting your store, when they are in your store, they are using mobile. Are you advertising them? Are you approaching them by using those technology? Serve the customer on mobile. It is most important marketing tool nowadays. And then come up with the hybrid business model. One important area, the customers who are coming to physical store, 80% are known purchasers. They don't buy anything from you. They don't buy anything from your shop. They come, they do window shopping and they leave. So what you should do, you should market them, you should look at them. You should think that how to target them by using technology. Last and my favorite sentence, website behave like stores, so stores should behave like websites. Very good statement. So if you have this strategy, if you have this mentality, you're going to be successful. And brick and mortar physical store going to be there, and it is going to flourish very well. So this is my take, this is my opinion, this is my findings, this is my suggestions. So what is the punchline? Brick and mortar will still lead the business with 78% share, over 22% share of e-commerce, but with the change. And what is that change? Website behave like stores, stores should behave like website. So you will be happy, your business will flourish, your revenue will be high, and you will keep enjoying. So retail and brick and mortar, they are still very much into the business. So this I just wanted to share with you. Hope you like it, and you know about my consultancy capability, in-house online business and management consultancy training and all those things, my expertise. My details are here. If you have any comment, put it on my channel, on my YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Get in touch with me. I'm available for providing consultancy, providing free suggestions, having a long-term and short-term business relationship, project management, as well as providing services. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed my presentation and my ideas. I will come very soon with another new, very exciting subject. Keep in touch and be happy. Take care. Bye.